Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One, my old barn door, and I'm working on another cover for a 3-ring binder, and I kind of did this one backwards because I already have the book, everything in the book, so I'm going to try to do this without taking it out. We'll see how it goes. So, I think on this one I want to paint some pretty colors, and I think I want to do some paper patchwork. So we're going to try it. So I am just going to mix some paints here, and these paints are really bright, so I want to lighten them. So I am just going to mix some white in with this paint and see if I can lighten it up some, because I don't want it to be so bubblegummy. So I'm just going to, I think I want some more white in that. I'm out of all of my light pinks and my lighter colors, so we're just going to improvise. So I just want to make them lighter. You're probably going to hear my son talking to the dogs, but that's okay. Alright, so we're just going to start putting paint on and see what this looks like. And I may do the stripes again because I kind of liked that. So we'll see how it goes. But I kind of want to do it a little less random as far as the paint goes. So, and I kind of want to do like really kind of light colors. So, let's see. I have a pink. I want to try purple. I need to wipe this out because I was using the purple the other night and I didn't clean my little thing. So, now we're just going to try and pull this out. I probably should have cleaned this before I got started on the video, but that's okay. I just don't want little paint flakes coming off into my paint. Alright, maybe that'll work. So I like the purple, but I want to do a lighter purple, and I need to go get some more paints and stuff. I just haven't taken the time to do it. Okay, well that's some thick paint. Let me see if I can get that off of there. I'm just going to add some white. Brush is wet. But I think with the brush being wet, it's going to help to make the paint not be so thick. Sorry if you can hear the TV. My son is watching ball games. You know, it's college football weekend, so what do you do? Alright. This is going to be the interesting part where it mixes right here. Ugh. I got little stringies. Get that off with a baby wipe. And it's not going to matter if the paint's like particularly smooth because it's going to be covered up. But I just kind of wanted something in the background. So, okay. So I got the purple. And I don't think with the teal or it's called Key West, I don't think I'm going to have to, I don't think I'm going to have to add white to that. So let's just see how it goes. Ooh, I like that color. Super pretty color. And on this journal, the spine is a little bit broken right there. I don't know if you can see that. scoot it down. So it's a little bit broken right there and right here. So I'm just going to do some reinforcing with some fabric to make sure that it's good and strong and it holds well. So it won't be a problem at all. And again, you might be able to see some of the stuff coming through, you know, that was on the original book cover. But that's okay. I don't mind that because it just adds a little bit to the randomness. And even though I don't want this to be as random as the last one that I did, I still like it to be a little random. So, whoops, well, we got some pink in there, but that's okay because I may go back and add some different colors in there. And I may have to dry this before we can move on. So I'm going to put you on pause for a second and dry the paint, and then we'll go forward. Okay, I've got the paint kind of dry. It's pretty much dry for the most part, and I got a little dot of teal there, but that's not going to matter because I think I've decided what I want to do on this cover is do some really cool collage type stuff. So, however, I am going to have to get real creative to do the spine. And you know what? I may not even paint the spine because I'm going to put fabric over that anyway. So let's just move to the back. So on the back, we're just going to continue our colors. So I'm just dabbing some paint on. So hopefully you guys liked the last video that I did with the cover. And I had someone who mentioned on the last video to watch some of the Prima mixed media tutorials to kind of help when doing, you know, for inspiration when you're doing covers and stuff. And so I watched some of those, but I don't know what it is about them, but I tend to get a little overwhelmed when I watch them because they use so much different stuff in those tutorials, you know. And I'm like, okay, so where do I get that, and where do I get that, and do I really have to have that, or can I use something else? And so I usually wind up kind of getting frustrated when I watch those because those people are just, they're really good at what they do, and they have patience to do, you know, layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff, and I kind of don't have that much patience to do that. So I have to kind of back off from it a little bit, and not, because I tend to panic thinking, oh gosh, you know, I need to go get stuff, and I want to just kind of be able to do it with the things that I have on hand. So I mean, I enjoy watching them, but I think it's just because I get overwhelmed when I watch them, thinking, you know, there's so much stuff that I need. But they're fun to watch, so you guys should go check a few out. They might help you. Alright. And I'm not worried about having a perfectly straight line here where they join. I don't really want a perfectly straight line. I kind of just want it to blend in. And I don't know what my brush is doing here, but it's making little white streaks. I'm not enjoying that at all. Sorry if I've got my phone charger plugged in and I probably am bumping the cord. I'm trying to get these white lines out. Okay. Well, that one just ain't gonna cooperate, but that's okay. Alright, so I've got this side painted, and I'm going to pause you and dry it, and then we'll go from there. Whoops. Okay, guys, I have it dried, and now I've just pulled out a bunch of little snippets of stuff to try and figure out how I want to do the collage. So I have a bunch of little snippets of paper here, just you know, papers that I've used on previous projects. So we have those, and then I have these two sheets because I love this. So I'm thinking I might use this kind of in the center as a base of the cover, but I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So I pulled a couple of those out. That's from, I'm trying to think of the name of the paper pad that's from. It's a Prima Love Story. Prima Love Story. So we're going to use that. Then I've pulled out some trims from Cricut. So I have lots of pretty little trims that I got from her that I thought I would use little pieces of. And then I have just some little snippets of fabrics. And then I have this whole little tub of snippets. So I think we're just going to play and see where it gets us. So yeah. Alright. And now I'm looking at a blank slate again. And that's the part that that's the part that gives me a hard time. Alright, so I'm thinking I want to cut this down some. I just really like this paper. Trying to decide how I want to cut it down. Let me just pull out my paper trimmer and we're just going to trim and see where we go. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to start putting. I actually think I want to tear this. Let's just tear the edges. Okay, I have this torn, and now I think I want to ink the edges of it. So we're going to see what this one's going to do. Okay. So we have the edges inked. Still trying to decide which way I want this to go. Kind of like it that way. And then, let's see. I want some really pretty light type of lace on here. Like this. I'm just going to place them around. Sorry, I'm digging in my little thing over here. Trying to find some.
Hell yeah.
Sorry about the language. We have football going on that always brings language for some reason. I'm not sure I know why, but it does. That's pretty. And I don't need to forget that I'm going to do fabric over here, so probably need to scoop this over some. Because I'm going to let my fabric come out to about right here. So, I like this. That might need to be smaller, but we'll see. And then I have this, it's real pretty. And it kind of matches all of the colors. Let's just tear us a piece. I kind of like this piece. It's got the little doily looking stuff on it. And then now y'all know how I do this, and I'll probably change the whole thing once I once I get going and look at it. Let's see. I almost wonder if I want to lay lace all the way over the cover as like a base before. I don't want the cream. I have white. Yeah, I'm looking for it. I have this white lace. It's pretty. Hang on, guys, I'm just figuring. you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to press pause, clear all of this off, and cut a piece of lace and see what that looks like over it. I'm not going to keep the camera running because, well, I'm just cutting lace. It'll be boring. Hang on. Okay, so I got the lace on, and it's actually the next day now because yesterday I spent over an hour trying to figure out what in the world to do with this cover, and I couldn't figure anything out that I liked. So I'm back at it again this morning, and I've added a few things before I remembered to turn the camera on. So I got the lace on, and then I decided I wanted to do some really random paper and fabric mix on this journal. So this is where I've gotten to. Hopefully you can see everything okay. Let me just check the camera. Okay, there we go. So here's where I've gotten to. I've just added some old dictionary page, some fabric, a little piece of trim here. I just want it to be really, really random. So I'm just playing around with stuff and trying things. So sorry I forgot to turn the camera on for this, but you can kind of see what I've done. So I Mod Podged the lace on, and now I've just been Mod Podging this stuff on, and I'm using glue on these larger pieces to put those on. So so here we are. So just gonna keep going, and I was gonna put some of this old book page on here, but I'm afraid that it might be too stiff, but we're gonna try and see if we can get it to work. And if not, we'll take it off. And I still want to use my other papers and stuff too, but I just kind of wanted more on the background than I had previously. So, but I almost think this might be too much. So maybe I won't use that. I do, however, want to use this, but I might put a piece of that dictionary under here just to, I think that the dictionary page just kind of brings it all together and makes it a little cohesive than it was before. So just going to pick a spot and glue this baby on. And remember, I'm trying to keep it a little bit away from here because I'm putting fabric on the spine. And I didn't want to put Mod Podge over the whole thing because I don't want the lace to look stiff. I want it to still have a little bit of that soft aesthetic to it. And if you put Mod Podge on the top of it, it does tend to look stiff somewhat. Excuse me. All right. And I'm kind of digging down on my brush so that the dictionary page will adhere to, you know, in the creases and stuff with the lace, because I didn't want it coming off anywhere. Whoops. So it'll take it a little while for it to dry, but that's okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, I like that. So I'm just going to start gluing the fabric, and I'm using Aleene's Tacky Glue instead of hot glue because I want to make sure that it stays on, and I've heard that sometimes if you use hot glue, it'll come off after a few months. I don't know that that's the case. I've never had a problem with it, but I just want to make sure this fabric sticks down real good. And these are just little bitty tiny scraps, pieces of fabric that, you know, I've had in my stash forever. I actually need to go through my stash and excuse me, and clean out some of these little bitty pieces because I have so many that it's just ridiculous. So, and this would probably stick pretty good to the Mod Podge that I have on the dictionary page, but I just want to be sure that it stays really good. So we're going to put some extra glue, you know, because I'm a glue freak anyway. If I'm gluing something, man, it's going to be glued. It's going to stay. It ain't going nowhere. Okay. Okay. I just kind of want something really random right here. I like this little piece. Hopefully I'm not even paying attention to the camera. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And this glue dries clear, so I'm putting a bunch on there to make sure that it stays, because I know when it dries it's going to be clear and you're not going to be able to see it. And I kind of like that on there. I'm just liking the pearls, so we're going to put them on there. And again, that will dry clear, so you won't be able to see the glue in between there. And then I have some really pretty buttons here that I got from Gina at the Rebookery. So I kind of wanted to add some buttons to the cover. And I kind of like that one. Let me see what a pink one will look like. Actually, I almost like that. I think I do like that. And I have this little piece right here. Okay, I like that, so we're going for it. Just playing and seeing what works. These are kind of hard to glue because they're so delicate and tiny. Okay. So I think I am going to use glue gun on this one just because I think it'll hold it better. And I think it'll grab onto that fabric pretty good and not go anywhere. So we're going to put him right here. I like it. All right. Now, for the biggie, which is going to be in the center. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to place it. I kind of like that, but I want some, I think I want some of the sewing pattern over here. So before I do this, set that back aside, and I'm going to put some little sewing pattern stuff here. And it doesn't need a whole bunch, just a little bit. It's really kind of fun just to play around and see what works. It can be quite time consuming if you're like me and you just have to kind of, you don't have like an idea in your head or whatever of what you're going to do before you start. I want that to be over a little further. So it makes it a little bit harder. Not hard, well, I mean, it is a little bit harder, but it also makes it take a little bit more time because you don't have a set idea in your head as far as to what you're going to do with it. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to like that better. I love how random it looks. Just, you know, just something not planned out at all. Okay, so I like this. So we're going to glue this one down first. If I don't just go ahead and glue it down, I'll keep changing my mind. And then it takes me even longer. So this is my way of stopping myself from doing that, I guess. And I thought about inking the edges of this, but I kind of liked the white edges. So even though it's ripped, the white edges, for some reason, to me, give it a little more of a crisp look. So I kind of liked that. Okay, and then we're going to put him here. And I probably could have made a pocket out of this, but I want to make sure that it stays really good. I don't want it coming loose anywhere or coming off. So we're just going to make it not be a pocket. And I like using these old gift cards because you can kind of get it pressed down in there really good, especially with the ridges and the lace. It kind of helps to hold it a little better. Okay. And then I love this little piece of fabric. I don't know if you can see the image on it. It's really, really pretty. Just light and cheerful. My sister sent me this for my birthday a couple of weeks ago. And I like that. So and I don't want to completely stuck down to the page to where it looks like it's just mashed flat on there. I like to leave some edges ruffled and things like that. It just makes it prettier to me. Okay. Now, because I don't want it completely flat, you know, I need something kind of lifted up on it. I think I might use some flowers on it. And I had pulled this out because I had made this a long time ago for a headband, and I never finished it. But it's got the pretty little stick pin in there, but I just don't like the green. I mean, the green leaves, I just don't like those. So I wonder if I could cut the green leaves out and see what that looked like. Well, might be better to cut it with this. We're going to cut it out and see what it does. Because I can use the green, and I don't want it this big. I think I want to cut it like down the middle right here and make it a little smaller. I have to pull on that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I had backed these onto purple doilies. So I'm just going to cut it down the middle. See where it gets us. And then I think I might can just pull that one off. Get rid of that glue. And then let's see with this one. That one has the stamen glued to it too, but I might can get it out of there. Okay. So let's see. Now I've got little, ooh, I shouldn't have done that over the top of my book because it's still got wet glue. All my little things that are trying to figure out or decide where I want this. I need to do something with the shape of this because it looks like it's just, well, cut off. Okay, I might can pull some of these in. I do have another doily. I just don't know. Hang on, let me grab a doily. Okay, so I have this white doily, but I kind of don't like that. It just, I mean, even though it completes the circle, so to speak, I just don't like that. But I did find this little piece here. This was crickets, and I think I like that there. And then add in a few little flowers over here to complete this side of this. I'm just looking to see how things, I'm just trying stuff to see how things will look. you know what I want under this. I think I either want some tulle under it, or I want some cheesecloth. And I don't think I want cheesecloth. I think I want tulle. Let me see if I've got any close by. I have this close by. So I can either take a few snippets of tulle and let them just come out from behind like that. Not sure I like this blue here. Might have to find a different kind of flower to go there. Let's move this. But that's what gave me the idea for the tulle, is that little piece of netting there. I just kind of feel like I need some different color in here. Maybe if I do that and that. I like that. And I love that the pen had all the colors that I put in the cover. It just kind of happened that way. Because I made this a long time ago. Okay, let me see. I have some kind of bloomy pieces here. I kind of like that there. I'm going to have to use E6000 on that though. We're going to make this a fancy journal cover. Ooh, I know what else I have. Sometimes I like to have just little random pieces sticking out. I like that. We're going to get this figured out, guys. I don't think I like the silver. I have these little pieces. Oops. I'm going to have to start gluing some of this down. Or I'm not going to remember what I had done to it. That's cute. Okay. I'm going to stop where I'm at and start gluing some stuff down, because if I don't, I'm not going to remember where I had any of this stuff at. Okay, so let's just commit. Time to commit. Alright, and I think I want to use hot glue for this because it's pretty heavy. Not real heavy, but heavy for a flower. Okay. Whoops. All right, we're committed. No turning back now. Well, I guess you can turn back. You can always turn back, but I don't think I want to. All right, let's see. Now that's going to go in there. So let's go ahead and glue him on. And I don't mind using the hot glue on these because it's going to be sticking to paper and it'll hold pretty good. That's a pretty applique, isn't it? I think I want to bring this down a little bit closer to the flower base. And I'm going to put a lot of glue. Make sure we stick him down real good and that he doesn't go anywhere. And we got glue strings. And yeah, I like it, so I'm going with it. We're almost done, guys. It's not going to be much longer and we'll be finished. But I am liking the way that's coming together. I've had these little flowers forever and I haven't used them in months. Because, you know, you get stuff and you put it up, or you put it in the spot that it's supposed to be in, and then you forget about using them. Alright, so I do think I'm going to use E6000 on this because it's got the metal back. The trick with your E6000 to keep it from not going everywhere, you open it up, maybe, I might open it up. Okay, and then when you open it up, it's going to start squeezing out. So I just let mine squeeze out. I don't even squeeze it because it'll just keep easing or oozing out. So I just spread it around. Till I get as much on there as I want, and then I'm going to stick him down. See, it's still oozing, so I just hurry up and put my lid back on it. You just have to be patient with it and let it ooze as much as you need it to ooze, and then you cap it back off. Alright, so let me get my placement correct on this, because it's gonna take that a little bit of time to dry, but that's okay. Okay, where did I put my tool? So, okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on my tool. And I'm going to lift this up and poke that up under there. And that'll hold it down. Oh, I feel that glue on my hands. Okay. A little bit more tool. A little bit of hot glue. And then I'm going to poke it up under there and kind of spread my tool out. I might cut that one a little shorter. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So with this one, instead of coming up here and doing it, well, I kind of like that. Okay. I should probably put my lid back on my Mod Podge, or I'm going to have it spilled all over my book. And that would not be good. Alright, so I'm going to turn this book this way a little bit where I can see a little better up under here. And I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and do it just like that. Let me find my other little piece here and poke him in there. Scoot him down some to where he's not so out of whack with the rest of them. I need him to go in a little further. Okay, he don't want to cooperate. So we're just going to take him out. Alright, well, we broke him, so we'll throw him away. Okay. So let's turn this back around this way. Let's see what else we want. I keep touching the Mod Podge. It's still wet on my book cover. But that's okay. Okay. I want something right here. What do you think about that? Try not to make this video forever long, but I think it's going to be a long video, but that's okay. So I got reprimanded on one of my videos. And you guys can tell me if y'all know anything about it. It was an old video about a boho junk journal kit that I had gotten from, I guess, Selena or something, and a lady commented on the video and said that it was very offensive for me to be using the term boho. So I feel really bad, but I mean, it's not. She said it's a racial slur to use the word gypsy or for people from Romania or from Bohemia. So I don't really know how to respond to that comment, because I mean, we're not using it as a racial slur, we're using it as a craft style. So I don't know, I'm not really sure how to respond to that comment, because I don't mean, gosh, I would never do anything to purposefully offend anyone. So, not real sure what I need to do at this point. So, any suggestions or ideas, let me know, because I don't really know how to respond to her. I mean, gosh, I wouldn't want to offend her. Ooh, I got glue strings everywhere. Okay, we are getting to the finish line. I really like that. I think we might be done. Okay, so I think now I'm just going to do the inside covers and do my repair to the spine right here, just to tighten it up some, and then put the fabric on the spine. And I think on the back, I'm just going to Mod Podge the lace on there. I think I'm just going to leave it plain, because a lot of times, you know, I I don't want something bulky like this on the back, because then your book won't lay flat to where you can journal in it. So anyways, this is my cover, and I kind of like how it turned out. Leave me your opinions, thoughts, comments, suggestions in the comment description below. Hit like, hit subscribe, and thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.